Morning everybody, Mike Niemiec here with some early morning grain and oilseed comments for Tuesday, April 15th. Kind of a mixed bag overnight, but as we speak right now, we currently have the wheat and the corn market down around 2 cents. A little bit better in the bean and the meal market, led by the bull spreads again. As we ended yesterday's session, we got nearby beans up around 8 cents with November, the new crop down around a penny, and we've got nearby D's meal up around $5 with the December unchanged. Soybean oil points are down around 5. So we're kind of looking at a mixed starters here. The news of yesterday kind of still being bannered around here today. The two items were the concerns over the weather as far as getting the corn crop planted, getting it off to a good start, and in conjunction also with that, what's going on with our winter wheat crop. We got our ratings out after the close yesterday. We did see where the winter wheat, particularly for the hard red winter sector of the winter wheat classes, going down again in the good to excellent category and in the poor to very poor category, both on coldness and in dryness. We do have cold temperatures out in the winter wheat belts here this morning. Trade is assessing those readings as far as crop damage potential, but also we're also kind of need some more moisture coming into the hard red winter wheat areas, and it doesn't seem to be on the horizon. So we continue to have somewhat of support underneath the marketplace as far as conditions go. We're also looking at a corn planting pace of around 2%, averages around 6 to 7%. We're still in the early stages of that. Weather kind of still looks kind of sloppy for the near term, but then kind of cleaning itself up a little bit in the longer term. So once again, if we were to clear out the weather, we're not at no calamity at this point in time, and we can get crops planted very readily. But once again, the trade just kind of hemming and hawing as far as order flow goes at this stage of the game. More importantly, however, this morning will be the NOPA crush report. We had a decent export number yesterday for the beans, corn for that matter as well, but it's the beans that had the tightness. The NOPA crush will be watched this morning to go and see if we're stronger or weaker than what the trade is looking for of 146 million bushels. Once again, we have a tight carryout situation for the beans, and in conjunction with the exports, if we're out there with a strong crush number, we're still not showing any visible signs of rationing down our bean supplies, and thus the overnight strength in both the bean and the meal spreads, which will continue if we continue to see this bean business and or crush going strong, and if the imports that the trade is talking about don't suffice as far as trying to, at least better than nothing else, knock down the basis levels and supply our dwindling stocks here in the U.S. So once again, we've got a mixed bag for starters. The NOPA crush will be important, weather, and then we're also still with the backdrop of this geopolitical situation, the tensions between Russia and the Ukraine. What's going to resolve from that? Trade more or less keeping an outside looking in type view rather than anything definitive coming from that. So once again, these are my opinions, not that of ADM or ADMIS. Thank you.